So, game 107 was another Dutch defense and another extremely enjoyable experience. I'm completely changing my mindset as to the importance of openings. So, I'm scoring just as well with openings I have no experience in, and that in theory should lead to types of positions I don't like. That's strange. And the Dutch is becoming my favorite opening. I don't know what you guys think. I asked you in yesterday's video. I'm going to ask you again. Why doesn't everyone play the Dutch? Let's go to the game. I hope you enjoy it. Bye. Hi everyone, Stepan here. Welcome to game 107. After winning 5 games, can we get a 6-game streak? I'm playing Shishi Wang. Okay. Only plays rapid, so it would appear. We're sticking to the Dutch. So my new aggressive repertoire has been working out relatively well. I mean, I would say out of all the losses I had with the bird, the Dutch, and all the aggressive openings I play, I was fine or better in most games. So, I mean, it's not about the opening. That has now been proven. I am trying to play openings that I feel uncomfortable in, that I don't know, that give me dynamic double-edged positions, which I don't enjoy and do poorly in tournament games. So I'm trying to train the weakest area of my chess, dynamics and calculation. And it appears that my results are fairly similar regardless of what opening I play. Now, that could be a coincidence. We don't have a large enough pattern of games, but it just may be the case. We will see. My opponent has spent 1 minute on move 2. I like that. Spend more time, my friend. Spend more time, go into time trouble deciding what to do on move 2 against the Dutch. There are many things you could do against the Dutch, and you can see the full Dutch playlist and all the variations in the description and in the comments below. I don't know them as well. I should rewatch my own videos, and I also use Chessbook to study them now. There's a link to Chessbook as well. I've built a Dutch defense repertoire, and I'm gonna share it soon. Okay, for now my opponent's just playing standard main lines. Eventually c4, knight c3, and queen c2 are going to be played. And I'm playing the classical Dutch. So I'm going to be switching from the classical to the Leningrad, and then from the Leningrad to the Stonewall, because I don't want to get too comfortable. And once I get comfortable with all three, I'm going to start playing the Benko. When I get comfortable with the Benko, I'm going to start playing the Benoni against d4. So this playlist is not about the Dutch, it's about me playing everything, and in particular playing things I don't know and that I would normally steer away from. The end goal is, of course, to get to 2500 on lichess, but the actual end goal is to get better at dynamics and calculation. Of course, it would be nice to get to 2500, but if I can improve my play, the weakest areas of my play, then I'll be happy. Now let's focus on the game. So knight c3, queen e8, queen c2, queen h5 is theory. We know that. In the last game I had that position, so the game went knight c3, queen e8, queen c2, and I went knight c6, which was an inaccuracy. I'm learning from my mistakes, so I'm gonna go queen h5 now. And this is how you should play. I don't know if this is the best move. I don't know. I'm confused. I don't know whether e4 is the best move here. Maybe it is. It feels correct. Knight g4 is out of the question. There's h3. I don't accomplish anything. But I could consider knight g4 later. Where I'm offering a piece trade. So for now I'm going to take. I don't think I can avoid taking. Okay, so if I go e5, takes, bishop f5, there's knight f6. So I don't accomplish that much. If I go knight c6, then takes, sorry, d5 takes, and the queen is on c7, so that's no good. I could consider knight d7. But there may be knight g5. There may be knight g5, and I'm hanging the e pawn. I could also consider knight takes, queen takes, knight d7, but that hangs the e pawn as well. If I go knight c6, d4, takes, knight e5, queen e5, bishop f4, development with tempo, and knight f6 at some point. I'm not sure. I'm starting to slow down. I'm gonna go knight c6. Excuse me. I need to start developing, and if d5 happens, I'm not taking it, I think. I mean, I could take, but then my queen ends up on d5. Okay, now I have e5. Now this is slightly different. e5 takes, knight takes, queen takes, threatening the knight, knight f6, bishop f6. I like that. Okay, we have achieved e5. That's good. I'm not afraid of d5 because my knight gets to transfer to f5. Okay, so couple of options. The last time I had this position, knight d4 was the best move. I played knight b8, knight d4 was the best move. So knight d4, knight takes, pawn takes, the bishop moves. At least I have d3. Oh man, I feel like knight d4 is correct again. It gives me a passed pawn. No, I'm playing knight d4. I like knight d4. This pawn is going to become mobile. Also, I'm threatening the queen and the knight. Queen d1 is the only move that doesn't lose material, but then bishop g4 loses material anyway. Wow, takes with the bishop. That's exciting. Why would you take with the bishop? Oh, so you can take the pawn. Are you taking the pawn? I don't think you are. So I can go d3 and trade pawns. I can take on b2. I can also just defend the pawn with queen g4. Although whether that actually defends the pawn is questionable. And when I move my bishop away, the knight's gonna be hanging. So I feel like d3 is the way to go. On queen d3 I take on b2. Well, now I take on b2 anyway. Rook takes b2, takes, takes, takes. And bishop h3 mate? Yeah, I'm just taking on b2. Wait a minute. Bishop takes b2, rook takes b2, rook f3, bishop f3, queen f3. Yeah, that just works. I think my opponent must take on d3 here. Seriously? Okay. Okay, so I must defend mate. So bishop g4 is the only move I see. I'm gonna keep my pawn. That pawn isn't going anywhere. And if takes on b7, I trade queens and queen. So my opponent cannot take on b7. So for example, rook b7, queen e3, f e3, d2 resigns. Or, excuse me, there is rook b1. There is rook b1, but I get the exchange back. Okay, okay. What happens on bishop h3? How are you supposed to defend mate? What? Am I crazy? Okay. 6 in a row, let's go! I'm not crazy. There is no defense. There's no defense. Oh. The light squares in the Dutch. The light squares in the Dutch. My opponent should not have taken on b2. He should have taken on d3. Maybe my exchange sack was a mistake, but in practical play... Come on! It's just mate in one. Please don't wait until your time runs out. Oh. Oh, come on. Okay. Yes! I'm so happy. This is 6 in a row. It's 6 in a row! Come on! What was this, 20 moves? Yes! I love the Dutch. Okay, let me expand the thing so that you can see. I love the Dutch so much. Okay, I hope you guys can see everything now. So, Let's see, I had one blunder and that's it. Okay, nice. My opponent had two blunders. Let's start from the beginning. So this is all fine, obviously. What are you saying in the chat? Bishop h3 checkmate, yeah. I agree, yeah, me too. Whoa, what a weird move. Bishop g4 was interesting, surely knight e4 was bad. Okay. Chris Johnson, Profitable Crows. Yeah, there are guys discussing the game in the chat. Okay, e6, bishop g2, bishop e7, castles, castles, c4, d6, knight c3, queen e8, queen c2, queen h5. We know this. Okay, e4 is the main move. We have to start with the engine here because I don't know. Okay, e5 is playable, fe4 is the best move. That's what I played. Knight e4. And now I played knight c6, which is fine. That's the main move. Good. Good, good. Bishop e3. e5. I mean, e5 makes sense. Why wouldn't I play e5? Bishop takes, sorry, knight takes, bishop takes, rook takes was better. Okay. Now, knight d4 was the best move in that game. But I had knight b8 or knight e7. I played knight d4. Bishop takes d4 is good. Wow. Okay. I'm surprised. Queen d2, d3, yes, let's go. Rook b1, okay. Why doesn't the engine mention bishop b2? Bishop b2 blunder? Wait, why? I'm gonna figure it out before. So bishop b2, why is it a blunder? Probably because of rook b2. I should have gone bishop g4. Apparently that's winning. So let's have a look at bishop g4. Queen takes d3, bishop f5, nice. And if the knight moves away, let's say here. Oh, then I win the rook. I didn't see that. Oh, I didn't see that on knight e1 I play bishop e2. Bishop g4 is really nice. Bishop takes b2, rook takes b2, rook takes f3, bishop takes, queen e3 is best. Bishop g4 has to be the move. And then the engine says rook e1. Okay, rook e1 and white is winning. I would have played b6, the engine move, just to save my pawn. Let's just make sure that rook b7 fails to queen takes e3. Yes, it does. d2. Yeah, you have to bring the rook back. And now rook e8. Okay, this is... I thought it was winning for black, it's just significantly better. Okay, but my opponent played queen d2 and that's mate. I don't... That's a very strange move. I actually won 8 points and 6 games in a row. Yes. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one. Stay tuned for more chess. Bye bye.